Weaponized environmental lawsuits are destroying America's productive economy from manufacturing to energy to mining, handing our prosperity and our independence to China and its growing band of minion dictators. 2 years ago, the Biden administration celebrated taking 4 million acres of federal land that's bigger than the state of Connecticut off limits for oil and gas exploration. Environmental groups were ecstatic, calling it a new path toward independence from fossil fuels. They were ecstatic because the land had enormous potential to create jobs and wealth in domestic energy, freeing us from conducting permanent wars in the Middle East and perhaps even keeping the lights on. The move was part of a much bigger push to effectively ban domestic production, not just in energy and mining, but in manufacturing. What's most concerning is the tactic. The 4 million acres were condemned not because of a public policy decision that voters could weigh in on, but to settle a lawsuit by Wild Earth, an environmental lawfare outfit. So they'll sue to compel some policy, and since the Biden administration is sympathetic, the legal battle is basically a play fight. Like, please don't force me. Presto, they condemn 4 million acres without the people's representatives in Congress even having a say. In fact, with nobody to blame. They forced us, you see. The tactic is known as sue and settle. It's absolutely ravaged our mining industry to the point we are forced to rely on China and hostile third world dictatorships to keep the lights on. As Tom Pyle of the American Energy Alliance puts it, quote, "The swamp has been refilled via lawsuit with unelected bureaucrats circumventing the will of the people." According to the National Association of Mining, America is reliant on imports for more than half of its use of 51 minerals. That's up from 47 last year. We're 100% reliant on 15 minerals, of which 12 are, quote, critical. To illustrate, today China alone refines 42% of the world's copper, 65% of the lithium, 70% of the world's cobalt. China has already weaponized critical rare earths, embargoing any country that disobeys it, from Lithuania to Japan. It can do this because our environmentalists have handed it a monopoly. Meanwhile, the U.S. is sitting on some $6.2 trillion of minerals in the ground. And by the way, we have much stricter environmental standards. Of course, that doesn't matter since it's not about clean production or indeed about the environment. It's about them banning anything they can, and environmentalists cannot ban stuff in China. To illustrate what it looks like on the ground, a few weeks ago, American Rare Earths, a rare earths company, found 64% more rare earths than expected at its Wyoming mines. But it might not be able to even bring it up with environmentalists blocking the way. In Utah, a potash mine, which is a clean fertilizer, was blocked by lawsuits. We've had similar stories from oil in the Permian to lithium, which is critical in manufacturing, along the Nevada-Oregon border. So what's next? Brought to you by Unchained.com. Sue and settle is an even bigger problem than energy and mining. Biden's new ambient air particle rules are predicted to put at least 1 million manufacturing jobs at risk. And according to the National Association of Manufacturers, quote, "We will barely be able to build new manufacturing facilities. Our economy is being crushed by Washington, we're gutting our communities, and we're handing our future to dictators who hate us. It won't stop until we get a president and a Congress who can pull a Javier Milei, drain that swamp till it's dry." Read the full article with charts and all at profsaintange.com. Okay, we'll be watching. See you next time.